Mars monolith. Mars monolith is the name given to this object found on the surface of Mars, which resembles a monolith. These pictures of it were captured by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter from about 180 miles away. It's probably a large rock turned into a boulder due to being worn smooth by erosion, but understandably there are theories that it's an object intentionally placed by extraterrestrial beings for intelligent life, like ours maybe, to notice and decode messages of. 1980 Plesetsk disaster. This was a Soviet rocket explosion at the launch pad that killed 48 on March 18, 1980. The rocket Vostok 2M was being fueled by the military technicians so it could launch a new spy satellite, Selena D, a few hundred miles north from Moscow at the launch complex Site 43 in the top-secret Russian spaceport Plesetsk Cosmodrome when the unfortunate event occurred. The Soviet kept the secret spaceport a secret for 3 more years, but the deadly explosion remained unknown to the public until 1989. Initially, human error was said to be the reason for the set failure, but later investigation determined that it was caused due to a design flaw. Project Orion. Project Orion was a NASA spacecraft design concept from early 1950s and 60s that would have made use of nuclear pulse propulsion for space travels, which is a hypothetical method of using successive nuclear explosions of hydrogen atomic bombs for the required thrust. To keep the crew and contents safe, the compartment was to be kept well shielded, and water-cooled springs behind the pusher plate was to ensure the suppression of shocks. Although Defense Advanced Research Project Agency granted the study of General Dynamics Corporation in 1958, in 1964 the project had to be cancelled when the atmospheric nuclear testing was outlawed by the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty of 1963. Navy pilot UFO videos. Also known as Pentagon UFO videos, these are the visuals that were recorded from the US Navy fighter jets by their forward-looking infrared cameras, displaying certain unidentified flying objects flying at high speeds in Earth's atmosphere. It wasn't until 2020 when Pentagon officially released first 3 of the 4 videos that the unidentified aerial phenomena was addressed by them.
On, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's another thing, it's rotating.
The reason to which could have been to clear possible misconception and speculation amongst the public with regards to the unknown objects captured, or the declassification of these clippings by the US Government of Defense could also be to signify the declaration towards the sightings of unidentified flying objects, and moreover the existence of extraterrestrial beings.
Nickel 613, Roger. Oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger, there's troubleshooting as soon as I get... Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto try. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow,
Well, that there is the scarier possibility. Yuri and Vladimir, Soyuz 1. Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space. Vladimir Komarov was the first man to die in space, as far as we know. And Soyuz 1 was the first space flight of Soviet space program Soyuz that carried Vladimir Komarov. It was supposed to be followed up by Soyuz 2A, carrying Yuri Gagarin. Much unfortunately though, due to issues in Soyuz 1, Vladimir was ordered to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, during which a parachute failure caused Komarov to crash his way down to the ground in the craft. entering the Earth literally while figuratively leaving it, sadly.
The people paid homage to cosmonaut Vladimir Komarov, relatives, friends, brother spacemen, government and party heads, honoring the hero of the Soviet Union, whose tragic death marks another chapter in man's conquest of space.
Soyuz 2A then obviously had to be cancelled, and that's how Komarov's sacrifice in a way saved Yuri Gagarin, to whom Vladimir Komarov was a father figure. Because it's known that the faults in Soyuz 1 that caused all this were very much apparent. But the pressure of 50th anniversary of the Russian Revolution to get this spacecraft out there as part of the space race dominated everything else at the time. Even the much probable failure of the mission itself. Vladimir did not back off knowing all that, because then his best friend Yuri Gagarin would need to take his place. What was left of Vladimir Komarov was collected from the explosion caused by the impact of the spacecraft hitting the ground, and the charred remains of a hero were displayed in an open casket, which is often said that was to fulfill Vladimir Komarov's own wish, so as to embarrass the Soviet Union about the lessons that needed to be learned. This part of the story, however, remains a point of contention.
Pioneer spaceman Gagarin paid tribute to his comrade as the urn containing the ashes was carried to its final home.